Hi guys, it's your girl B Michelle coming at you with another Dollar Tree DIY. So I'm starting with these 5-inch mirrors from the Dollar Tree, and I have them laid out in a design that I like to create. So I laid out my design, and then I took them and I flipped them over so I can adhere the mirrors together. So I'll be using a Fix All and some craft sticks, and you do want to use some type of strong glue, whatever type you want to use. That's totally up to you. E6000, Fix All, whatever. That's totally up to you, but I'm using the Fix All. So basically, I'll take the Fix All, and I'm just, where the two mirrors are joined together, I'm just placing some glue in between the two mirrors so they can kind of adhere from the back side. You may have a little bit to run over in the front, but I didn't really have much to come over towards the front. So basically I'm just going through each crease where the two mirrors are joined together, and I'm adding the Fix All. So next I followed up with some hot glue to place my craft sticks, and I did also use a little bit of the Fix All in the direction that I laid my craft sticks as well. And also with laying the craft sticks, I don't know why I started laying them out in this direction. I should have laid them the other direction. It gives more support when you lay them the other direction. So you do want to do the opposite of what you see me doing here. And before I got all the way around with all of the mirrors, I did start laying them in the other direction. So it gives more support if you lay them the other way. So I just placed some hot glue, and I did use some Fix All before I placed the hot glue on some of them. And you just want to lay them where the longer piece of the craft stick is going to be touching both mirrors. So just do it the opposite way of how you see me doing it here. And like I said, before I finish the whole mirror, I actually turned them in the other direction because it gives more support in the other direction. So basically you just want to do this to all of the mirrors. And this is the direction that you need to lay them in. And you do want to do multiple craft sticks on each mirror. So it should look something like this. And also you can use a foam board if you prefer to use a foam board and not use the craft sticks at all. Just lay your foam board out and just cut around the design that you lay your mirrors in. So basically you want to let those kind of dry, and I'm flipping it over. This is not completely dry, but I am flipping it over, and I'm flipping it over so I can continue working. So next I'll be using these 3 frames from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just going to use a razor blade to scrape the letters off. You can also use some acetone to scrape those letters off. I never have any on hand, so I just use the razor blade. I'm also going to use these 4x6 picture frames. So I'm just going to remove the letters, and I'll come back. Next, you want to clean your mirrors so that you can remove all of that residue from the letters. And I'm going to take these other frames as well, and I'm just removing the backing from the back of the frames, and I'm running a layer of hot glue to secure the frame down to the frame. So to secure the glass down to the frame, sorry. And you can use the Fix All if you want to adhere this as well, but I'm just running a layer of hot glue. So next I'll be using these acrylic gems. You guys have seen me use these many times, and I'm basically going to be doing the same method with using some of the hot glue and adhering these down to the frame so they can show through the glass on the other side. And this is the type of glue that I like to use. This is the glue from Walmart, or I like to use the Gorilla glue for the glue sticks. I don't like the Dollar Tree hot glue. It doesn't stick, it doesn't hold as well, and it dries kind of white, so I don't really care for the Dollar Tree hot glue. This dries more translucent, so this is what I'm using. And you do want to be careful with that hot glue. I did burn my fingers just then, but it's okay. I tend to touch that hot glue all the time. I'm used to those burns, but they do hurt, so be careful with the hot glue. So I'm just putting a little bit on the gem, and I'm placing it face down onto the glass. Now this is the back side of the frame. For those of you that may not have seen this method, this is the back side of the frame, and the glass is still in the frame, so I'm taking the glue and the gem and I'm placing it on the top of the gem, and I'm gluing the top of the gem down to the glass of the frame. So, and then you can lay out any design that you desire to do. I just kind of laid them out in rows until I had it all filled up. So next I cleaned my mirror so I can adhere the frames down to the mirrors. So another step that I did, I took some of the napkin rings and I took some of these acrylic gems and I put 3 napkin rings together. They are not touching each other. There is a little small space in between each napkin ring so that the tip part of the gem can kind of fit in between the napkin rings. And I took some hot glue and placed it on the bottom of the gem, and I'm just placing it down in between. It's really close. The tip is not like fitting, it's not like a big space in between those, but it is just a little bit of space just for the very tip to fit down in there. But the glue is really going to fill up more so than the tip of the frame of the gem is. So basically I just did this 2-3, and I used 2 gems to place in between the napkin rings to join them together. So if you can see over to the side, I already have 3 sets already made up. So I'm just basically showing you how I did this, and like I said, I just place it in between, and you just want to hold it in place until it dries. So yeah, that's basically all you do, and then I'm going to show you up close. This is just to show you the space that's in between the 2 napkin rings. So this is how it looks on top. So next I'll take the frames and I'm laying them out, spacing them out to the desired spacing that I like to have. So I'm using all 3. So once I have them spaced at the proper area, I'm just going to take the Fix All and I'm just going to place some Fix All along the sides of the frame, and for the 2 end pieces I'm going to lay some on the longest part of the frame as well so it can adhere to the mirrors. So I'm just going to do this on 3 sides, the long piece and the 2 side pieces, because those are going to be touching the mirror. The other piece is not going to touch, so don't put any glue on that part. Then I followed up with hot glue. So you want to flip it over and you want to lay it out and try to glue it as evenly on both sides as possible. So for the middle frame, you want to just put glue on the 2 sides. You don't want to put any on the top or the bottom. So just place the Fix All or whatever type of glue that you're using and follow up with the hot glue and just lay it down. And you just want to center it as much as possible, but you also want to make sure that you're allowing enough space in between the 2 end frames, because you're going to be placing another frame, the 4x6 frame, on top. So you want to make sure before everything dries, you want to make sure that everything is placed properly in order for you to place the 4x6 frames. So you just want to repeat the first step with the end frame, and you want to place it on 3 sides, and then make sure that you have enough space to fit that second 4x6 frame. So just like you see here, so once you make sure everything is a good fit, you want to go ahead and glue your 4x6 frames. So basically I'm just going to follow up the the Fix All and the hot glue, and just running this on the longer pieces of the frame, because these are going to be the ones that's going to touch the other frames. So the 2 longest pieces of the frame, you want to put the glue on those. So So next, follow up with the hot glue, and you want to place this down and you want to center it as much as possible and apply some pressure to make sure it dries. Follow up with the second 4x7 frame and 4x6 frame and do this exact same thing. So next, I took my napkin rings and I did run a little bit more hot glue in between the napkin rings to where it the glue kind of adhered both of the rings together, but leaving still a space, but just the glue, filling it up with enough glue to make sure that the two ends are touching with the glue. Next, I'm taking some of the Fix All and some of the hot glue and just placing a layer on the bottom of the napkin ring so these can be adhered to the frames. And you only want to put it on the part that's actually going to be touching the frame, so you don't have to put it on the whole ring itself. And now you just want to adhere these to the two larger frames. And you just want to leave a little space, just kind of space it in between the end of the frame and the 4x6 frame. And just repeat those same steps with the remaining 3 sets of napkin rings. Okay, so for the sconces, basically I'm taking some napkin rings and acrylic gems. I'm taking a solder gun and I'm burning a hole into the center line of the napkin ring just so the tip of the acrylic gem can fit into that hole, and you just want to make it big enough just for the tip. And next I'm going to take some of the hot glue and I'm going to adhere the acrylic gem to the napkin ring. So it should look something like this. So next I'm going to take these floating wine glasses. I got these from Aldi and they were about $1.19, maybe $1.29, something like that. So basically I'm going to take the little napkin ring and acrylic gem combination and I'm going to place the glue onto the acrylic gem so I can fit it into the groove of the top portion, well, the bottom of the glass part, but the top of the stem of the wine glass. So it should look something like this. So next I put a little bit of hot glue on another napkin ring and I place it on the inside of the wine glass here. And you can bling out your napkin rings however you desire. I added bling to the wine glass as well. And for the frames, it's basically the same steps as the previous frames. I just left a space for me to adhere the wine glass to the frame. And lastly, I just took some of the hot glue and I just laid some hot glue on the back of the napkin ring, the part that's going to be adhered to the glass itself. You can use the E6000 on this part as well. And you just want to be generous with the hot glue and just adhere these together. I did let the napkin ring touch the bottom of the frame on the inside. So you just want to glue that together and make sure it's dry, and there you go. So this is the final look, you guys. This is the sconce close-up. I also placed some gems on the inside of the glass as well. And this is the final look of the mirrored piece and the sconces together. I like how it came out. If you like this video, please give it a thumb up. Oh, and I did use command strips to adhere these to the wall. Please use the proper amount of command strips for the weight of the project. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this project, please give it a thumbs up and share. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. I appreciate each and every one of you that view my videos as well as subscribe. And I just can't thank you guys enough for all of your love and support. And you can also leave me comments. And I will get to those that I haven't sent a reply to yet. I do apologize for not replying yet. But until next time, you guys, I love you guys, and bye.